Here we have verse 48 of the 7th chapter of the Gospel of John. The picture that we have before us as John tells the story has to do with these religious leaders who are somewhat unhappy with the officers that they had sent on a mission to arrest Jesus, to take him into custody. And of course, these officers had returned with the rather remarkable assessment of Jesus that no man ever spoke as this man spoke, and somehow or other they were just unable to arrest him, to bring him back, and to have him face the tribunal that had been, at least to some degree, assembled probably for that purpose. And so now these religious leaders are putting the question to them, wondering if even these officers have been led astray. Have they been led into a kind of deceived state of mind? And then they pose a further question here, as if to drive home the point of how misguided these officers must be. And again, the question begins with the word may. May, used with the indicative, is used to introduce a question which expects a negative answer. We might say something like, "It's not going to rain, is it?" And if I said that, then I would be grammatically expecting you to say, no, it isn't going to rain. Well, that's the force of the use of may here. And so again, we have two questions that are both expecting a negative answer. May tis, so may, and then tis, the indefinite pronoun, anyone or someone. This is singular masculine nominative. So not anyone. Ek preposition takes the genitive, which we have here, tone, archonton. The genitive plural. Masculine, archonton, and this is the third declension word, archon, which means a ruler. This is the genitive plural, so not any one of the rulers, epistusen. This is the aorist of pistuo, I believe, third person singular, aorist active indicative, so not any one of the rulers has believed. Ace, preposition takes the accusative, which we have here, in him. So that's the first question, really. Have any of these rulers believed? But we'd put it more negatively. None of the rulers have believed, have they? Would be the force of it. And then A, the conjunction here means or. Ek ton pharisaion, same construction as we heard earlier. So none of the Pharisees. So none of the rulers, referring, of course, to people who had been part of the Sanhedrin or otherwise in positions of authority in ancient Israel, or the Pharisees, these people who were regarded as having the deepest insight, of course, into religious and theological truth. None of them had believed. That is not quite true, of course. So we do have John reporting to us back in chapter 3 that Nicodemus, who was indeed both one of the rulers, a Pharisee, one of the teachers, in fact, maybe the premier teacher, had come to Jesus by night, and in fact did apparently come to a place of faith in Christ. So even this question may be reflecting a little bit of desperation on the part of these who are putting it to the officers because of their failure to execute the command that had been given to them.